Okay, so this is my version of a hydraulic ram pump. If you don't know what a ram pump is, it's essentially a water pump that uses the force of water to push a small amount of that water up a pipe up to, some people say, 10 to 30 times the height that the water has fallen. And the way it works is water will flow through this, it's just a gravity-fed hose, into this section. When the water flows fast enough, it shuts this valve, which causes a water hammer. When the hammer strikes, a little bit of water is pushed through this one-way valve and out this the exit tube. This is just a 20-ounce water bottle, and I put a little balloon in there just to keep the water separate from the air. But right now the water's about right here, and that just capacitates the pressure a little bit so that it continues to flow and doesn't just constantly have to be hammered up and up the pipe. So I've got at the top maybe 6 feet high. I've got just a bucket of water. Nothing really interesting there, just water hose, and that's in just a container, which will run out pretty fast during my test, so I'll have to be fast. The other end of this hose goes up a tree, maybe 15 feet, and I'll show you that once we get it started. So all that happens is as soon as I put my finger in this valve, it's going to open, and then immediately it's going to spray a little water out and close, and then when it closes, that hammer will, that water hammer effect will hit and squirt water up into this. So they say the loss on this is anywhere between 6 and what's about 6% efficient or 10% efficient. So we're losing most of the water out this valve, but it would be ideal for a spring or if you had a little stream or something. So let's get it started. And again, I'm not doing anything. There's no electricity added to the system, no motor, nothing. Just the pressure building up, and you can see that pressure wave moving up the hose. But in the exit, it's coming out this hose all the way across the yard and up this tree. This is probably about 15 feet to the top of that tree. And you see it's just a drizzle coming out compared to the amount of water that's being wasted through this waste valve. But I think it's a remarkable invention. They say it's about 300 years old and hasn't changed much. There's lots of different variations. The hard thing is actually stopping this pump. And if I close it off, it's no problem, but as soon as I open it, it starts up again. So what I do is I stick something rigid in there, like a stick, to let this valve close as slowly as I can. It's really hard to actually do it. Sometimes it requires both hands to just hold it, because as soon as it gets close to closing, the valve slams shut and the water hammer strikes and it happens again. So if you do it really, really slow, you can get it to stop. Let's see if I can do it. Nope, not gonna happen. I need 2 hands. So that's that. Made that for $25 worth of parts from Lowe's, not counting the hoses. And I think I'm gonna try it out at a creek near our house someday in the near future.